Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
It's 3 places that you can stay for absolutely free. 3 of them. You ain't got to pay a doggone thing. Hear me. Understand that you can stay out my face for free. You can stay out my business for free. And you can stay out my way for free. Those things won't cost you a doggone thing. 3 places you can stay for absolutely free. Thank you.
Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Well, happy Tuesday, y'all. I survived Monday. I hope each and every one of you guys survived Monday as well. Very cold yesterday in West Palm Beach. Very, very cold. Was not conducive for the work I was doing. We had a lot of people that showed up for our particular organization. Many of you guys were wondering what I was in West Palm Beach for to begin with. And it was a few different things. I had an opportunity to meet with a very higher person in our, not a government official, but somebody that I could at least speak to, get an ear for our children. And so I had an opportunity to take that while I was down in West Palm Beach filming. So I had some filming stuff that was going on there, and had an opportunity to speak with somebody with political capital that can help our children. So spoke to him about the problems and about the solutions. And I prefaced Harmony Montgomery's case as being one of the cases that really put this thought in my mind on how we could, achieve better results out of our child welfare system. So, so it just gave me a great opportunity opened itself up to me, and I jumped at it. So that's why everything kind of, at 1 minute I was going to be here on Monday, and the next minute I was gone. Sometimes you have things that are presented in front of you, and it's a great opportunity, and you just have to take that opportunity. Especially, you guys know how dedicated I am to the kids. I'm tired, absolutely sick of covering these children cases, despite what the haters think. I don't think we should be having to cover children. I think parents should be loving and nurturing and caring and want the best for their children. In our society today, that necessarily isn't the case. For the majority, for the most part, it is. But it's for those few. It's for those few rotten apples out there. We heard of another little boy gone for 2 years. We'll be covering his case here shortly. It's been gone for 2 years, perceived to be dead, and just another one. And I'm tired of it, honestly. I don't understand how we can keep track of our inmates in a prison, but we can't track and make sure our children that are in the system are safe from harm and are thriving. If the system isn't working, then why do we have it? That's the point I'm trying to make. So anyways, got a great opportunity, lunged at it, and happy I did. It was very productive, and hopefully it's not about getting legislation passed immediately. All it is about planting the seed. It's about planting the seed for a better tomorrow for our children. And if I can just plant the seed in as many places as I possibly can, then something eventually will be done. I know that this is going to be a long haul. And I talked to this person about it. I know this is a 10-year commitment or more, right? I know this is a very expensive venture. I know that this is going to cost the country a lot of money. However, we should have been doing it a long time ago. And so that is the point I was trying to make. So I just wanted to let you guys know what all was going on. A lot of the stuff I can't really talk about because it hasn't been announced or other things. So I'm kind of barred from that, but I can tell you that I had a great time. We were able to double duty, right? I had 2 different goals to complete. Yesterday, I completed those goals. I was actually going to stay another night there and come back today. But I realized I have a BOCC meeting today, and I'm meeting with a couple county commissioners, again, to talk about my stuff on a more of a granular level, because I'm going to need the support of my county moving up the political food chain as I start really heating up with this whole child welfare activism that I, as well as our channel, is going to be doing this year. So I wanted to tell you good morning, ZA. First to say good morning to Betty and everyone. Thank you, love. TL, Sheila, cool gamer. You're up entirely too early. I just want to let you know. You're usually a trailer in the chat. And today I had to start this live a little early. And you're here way too early. I just want to say what's going on. Are you feeling okay today? I'm just joking. I never get to pick on you, right? I say hi to you, but I never get to pick on you. So I'm picking on you today. Sierra Jones, nice to see you. Melly Joe, TL, Donna Lindquist, nice to see you. Daisy Chain, Nana of 12. Whew. We got Nana's of 7, Nana's of 5. Now we got a Nana of 12. Do I need to take your temperature? I hope you don't have them all over at the same time. I would be pulling my hair out. You know, one time Olivia said she wanted to have 10 kids and she wanted me to be the babysitter. Told her, I said, I fill them up with chocolate and I'll hand them a bullhorn and send them back home to you. That's what I told her. You don't want me babysitting your kids. Actually, I'm pretty a good babysitter, but you know, kids don't really necessarily. I mean, my grandkids love me, right? I'm Nana, but you know, here we're kind of from a military household, so it's like you get up at this time, take your nap at this time, you go to bed at this time, we have dinner at this time. You know, it's a very structured environment when you come over here, especially when it comes to the kids. Now, adults, no structure. We kind of wing it when it's just adults. But when it comes to kids, we definitely have structure around here. And if they don't have something to do, by God, I'll put them to work. That's the way I was raised, right? You don't sit around. Good morning, everyone. Nice to see you, Robert. It's nice to have you here. Robin Lung, Dee, Patricia Miller, Julie, nice to see you. Sup, sis? Hey, girl. Gator for Life, Pink Peony, Stephanie D, Vic King in the house. Nana of 7, you got it lucky. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I'm sure Nana of 12 loves all 12 of her grandkids and probably wants 12 more. And I'm hearing her in the background screaming, no! I'm just kidding. I'm having fun this morning. Freckles, Kayla, nice to see you. Nani McPoppins, nice to see you. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Tammy, Joy, it's nice to see you guys. Angie, Clarinda, that's nice. Beautiful name. Love it. From Australia. Thank you for being here. We're crazy people over here on the state side. And this is a crazy group called the Coffee Club. So we're just a little wild over here. I will preface for all the new members, if you're offended easily, this might not be the channel for you. I'm just joking. I'm actually a pretty nice person. You wouldn't know it on the streets of YouTube. Well, some of the streets. People that have worked with me and know how I work and have been with me for a while know I'm a hard worker. I really am. And this is something that is a passion item for me. And I want to make a difference in this world. And the only thing that I can see that I can pour my heart into at this very moment is these children that we're covering, because it's really sad. Many of you guys don't know, or maybe you do. I was out there with Leilani Simon and in the Quentin Simon case, and this was a 20-month-old child that was killed at the hands of his mother. And everybody kept trying to say it was an accident, that she must have left this child. She must have got, whatever, and left this child in a tub, let the child go drown in the pool. And we got into town and we knew very, very quickly that would not be the case. And we took a lot of heat for our analysis of this case, but nobody else was out there but Dolly and myself until, we did call some support in. And thank God for that, because I can tell you personally that I'm very thankful that Chronicles of Olivia came out there. I'm very thankful that Marissa, ICU, House of Williams, Justice for All, as well as all the people that came out there to support us and support this child. But he was the youngest child I had ever covered. And I got to tell you, especially standing outside of that memorial that was growing, there were so many times that I just, off camera, of course, even some got caught on camera of me crying. It was a very hard case. It was very hard for me to sit out there knowing that a woman that did such horrible things to her child was still able to sleep in her bed, even though law enforcement had enough evidence at that moment to arrest her. She was on double probation. She failed her drug test. There was no excuse for her not being in jail. And I could not understand it. And we're still going. And while we're doing this, their prosecuting office is about to receive a cease and desist letter from Bullhorn Betty and Bullhorn Betty channel. And that's going to be going out literally in the next day or two, because I have just had it. And their comments are disgusting. And they're trying to say, they're trying to do everything they can to keep this. Listen, I don't want my rights violated so you can keep your case, your file, your trial in your county. There's laws in place for everything. And now all these judges are going to these erroneous gag orders that are in violation of the law. And judges are held to the same standard as the rest of the American people. You have to abide by the law. So I don't know quite how I'm going to handle it, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to be there every single day, whether I can live stream or not, when her trial is going on. And that's something that the judge cannot fucking prevent. Excuse my language. And I shouldn't even say the judge. I should say the prosecutor. The prosecutor can't stop me. I don't do anything wrong. That was a tragedy. And their police chief sucks. And obviously their whole entire government sucks. So either way, you will not trample on my rights. And if you do try to push, I push back. So this is a warning for Chatham County. You guys step on my rights, I push back. You don't do that. You don't do that to anybody. So I'm done with my tirade. If I said it right. Tirade. Too damn early. Good morning, Lori Lowe. Sorry. Crazy cat lady in the house. Joy, nice to see you. If I didn't say good morning to you already. Tammy T, Claudia, Claire, I think I already said hi to you. Shell, nice to see you. Lynn, nice to see you. Or is it Lenny? I'm never good with names. And you'd think I would be because my name is so weird. My real name. Samantha, One Click Photography by Samantha B. Oh, cute. Thank you. There you go. You are very welcome. I need to go through my emails. I need to do something with them. I need to do something with the email. Everybody else, Wild Angel, nice to see you. Everybody else that's in here. I got to say, Cindy, I was supposed to meet Cindy yesterday for lunch, and I checked the night before, and she wrote me at like 10 o'clock, and I didn't even bother checking my phone after that because of all the stuff that I had going on. And so when I realized, I thought she forgot about me. And so I ended up making lunch plans with some of the people that I was meeting out there. And quite frankly, I would have loved to have met her. So I'm probably going to make a special trip out just to meet Cindy O here in probably the next week or two, maybe 3 weeks, depending on how the schedule goes. Because I also have a trip to Louisiana scheduled to go visit with my little sis. And that's in March. So I don't worry. We're still going to be running live. You got the perfect thing. The lovely thing about live streaming and doing YouTube is one thing. And that's that as long as I got an internet connection somewhere, I can literally work anywhere in this country. So what I'm trying to say is, even though I'm going to go visit my sister outside of the landscape behind me, you're not even going to know, right? It's just going to have a different scenery here. It's going to most likely be her kitchen or her dining room, but it's going to be different. It's going to be a different scene. We're going to get to see a different scene for a little while. So that's coming up in March, and I'm super excited about it. I haven't really hung out with my little sister. Many of you guys know she is a reporter, and it's just going to be fun. I told her, I said, I just want you to live your life as if I'm not here, and when you're off work or when you have a day off, we'll go do something, right? And when you're at work, I'll work. No big deal, right? So she's really excited. She's really stoked about it. I was actually supposed to go in February, but as you can see, we're already in the middle of February, and my February has not stopped spinning yet. So anyways, getting on to some information out there. We're going to open the phone lines pretty early today because this is the deal. I've got a BOCC meeting. I've got to be there at 8:30 in the morning. This is super, super important because many of you guys know while we were sitting here last week during the Murdaugh trials, the day that my computer died, I didn't realize it wasn't charging when I left the house. So about an hour and a half or 2 hours into my meeting, people are reaching out to me saying that my live stream went down. So I rushed home. And then I got here and I ate lunch and I started chit-chatting with you guys. And then I'm like, well, maybe I should probably go back to the BOCC meeting. And I'm sitting here and I turn the phone on just to see where we are in the meeting. And I hear the chairman of our BOCC say, "Oh, we're, Manatee County coming to an emergency meeting." And I'm like, "Emergency meeting? Oh my God." And so I'm just rushing out the rushing out the house. The live stream's still playing in here for the Murdaugh trial, but I'm literally grabbing my keys and running, like literally running out the door. I'm like, "Oh crap, there's an emergency meeting." So I'm listening to this while I'm trying to get downtown. And it's about our county administrator, which is a very important position. It's the right-hand man of any county board of county commissioners is your county administrator. They're the ones that prepare these meetings. They're the ones that get all the information. They're the ones that meet with the departments, each department. They're the ones that make sure our sunshine laws are all working. And I'm sitting there rushing down there. We're having having to install an interim county commissioner. They're asking for public comments. I'm in my car driving there, trying to get there as fast as I can. I pull into the parking garage and the meeting is adjourned. It is adjourned. And I'm like, what in the hell just happened? What in the world just happened? And so I pull into the parking garage and back right out and start heading back here. And I'm like, okay, so this is like a real, like the first meeting after that entire incident took place. So I've got to be at my county this morning at 8:30. It's very imperative of me to be at my county this morning because there's going to have to be something. I don't know what, but that's not the point. I just wanted to let you know where I've been, what I've been doing. It's been great. I missed you guys a lot, but there are some things going on. We heard about the Idaho 4. We have been following the Idaho 4. Now we have a new issue going on in one of our colleges. And this is scary. This is becoming too much. Oh, yeah, just Samantha. By the way, guys, happy VD. Happy Valentine's Day, guys. Happy Valentine's Day. Stay away from VD. Just enjoy your day. I'm just joking. But yeah, I forgot today is Valentine's Day. So would you be mine? You guys are all my Valentine today. Oh, and for all the men that watch this, if you do not get your significant other or whoever you're seeing a beautiful display of roses, if it's just like a gal pal type of thing, yellow roses will do. Yellow roses will do, right? But if it's that heartthrob, don't you dare come home today without a dozen beautiful red roses for that beautiful lady that sits there and makes you a great man. Don't forget that. Don't you dare. You only have one job today. That's to put a smile on their face. That's it. And same with you women. Don't forget to bring that box of chocolate or sugar-free chocolate, depending on if your man's diabetic, home. And your only job today is to put a smile on that man's face. And I want to report tomorrow when you guys come in here. Just joking. So let's get on with it, shall we? Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. I hope your day is amazing.
We are continuing to update you on our breaking news out of East Lansing, Michigan.
East Lansing, Michigan. I know we have some Michigan people here.
On the campus of Michigan State University, this is the man that everyone is looking for. This is the last known sighting on surveillance of an unknown male who is on the loose with those red shoes and that denim jacket and that ball cap. A black male, short in stature, brandishing a handgun in some of these images, last seen at the Michigan State University Student Union, and then they lost sight of him, and he is on the loose, and that entire campus is on lockdown right now. I have very sad news to report to you right now. Earlier, you heard the interim deputy chief, Chris.
So that guys, if you guys are from this area, you guys know anything about this, you guys recognize that hat, recognize them shoes, recognize the denim jacket, you never know. You never know. He might have been pumping gas next to you in a gas station. He might have been buying a candy bar or a pack of cigarettes at the convenience store. He might have been doing a number of things, but be on the lookout if you're in Lansing, Michigan, for somebody that you've seen that looks like this. Maybe you notice the awkward red shoes. Maybe there's something of this person that you've recognized. If so, oh, he's dead. Oh, is that what she's reporting?
Rosman report that there were 5 students who were shot, and some of them had life-threatening injuries and were taken to the hospital.
This just came out.
He did not mention that there were also 3 fatalities in addition to those 5 who were wounded. And we are praying
when they found
that
out
those 5 are going to be okay.
When were they found? Because this just came out. I checked it this morning. It just came out like 6 or 7 hours ago. Well, it's good. The shooter has unsilenced himself. Gotcha. So they did find out who he is. Did they find out? Let me open the phone lines. Let me open the phone lines now. Let me pull this back. Let me get the phone lines open. And maybe you guys can fill me in. I was wondering if it would be suicide by cop. The shooter has unsliced himself, unalived himself. I get you. Last night, 3 dead, 5 wounded. Send you flowers if I knew you. Friendship flowers. We all deserve it. Hugs. Aw, thank you. That's so cute. Yeah, somebody like this. But when we hear stuff like this, it's the why factor. And does anybody know what his age is? Let me just open the phone lines and somebody can call in and start letting me know what's going on here. Because I find this is starting to become, listen, our children at these universities are becoming sitting ducks. Okay, they're becoming sitting ducks. And you cannot legislate yourself out of evil. I'm sorry. There's not, and these knee-jerk reactions of making them more sitting ducks, to me, is just doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. Give me just a second. I'll pull it up now. Okay, let me turn them on. I don't know. I honestly believe at this point, like, people should be taking, like, if you're going to send your child to college, like, they need to be armed civilians anymore. Like, seriously. And it's getting ridiculous out there, but it's starting to become, I'm sure that there are many parents in my chat on a weekly basis that have children in college. This stuff makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. Needs the hair. It's just bad. I haven't gotten anything yet, but my husband usually forgets our anniversary to special occasions. So I did remind him of that. Who knows? Yeah. I have to be honest with you. My ex-husband was pretty good. The thing with him is he just loved to spend money, right? He just loved to spend money. He never forgot anything, and if he bought me something, I better have gotten something bigger for him. I mean, that's the kind of husband I was married to. But he never forgot anything. He never forgot any special date. Every single month, every single holiday of every single month, he wanted to participate in. Unfortunately, I no longer have a better half. I'll get my son candy, however, for Valentine's. Oh, well, that's cute. Candy's good. Candy's good. 43-year-old man not affiliated with a college. 43? What in the world would a 43-year-old man have against a bunch of college kids? Hold on here. That's good. That's okay, Robert's girl. Like the modding stuff and things of that nature. You don't have to worry about that. It's whoever can mod whenever they can mod. And if all else fails, I mean, shoot, I can handle it too. It kind of sucks a little bit. I have to go back and clean it up, but it's good. No, you guys, it's Valentine's Day. For those that can be a part of this show, be a part of it. The ones that can't. It's no big deal. The police updated on the shooting happened so quickly. I was impressed. Wow. Okay. So let me look for some more. Does anybody know this guy's name? Can anybody find his name? And we'll bring up some more stuff. But it's a little scary for me. Oh, thank you, I Am Teen Summer. You're so sweet. Yeah, I got that he unalived himself, but does anybody know the connection as to why he chose to go to a university and take out children? 40. I mean, the guy is as old as me. If I have a problem, the last thing I'm thinking about doing is picking up a gun and going to my nearest community college and gunning a bunch of kids down that I don't know. I mean, like, that's literally the last thing on my mind. Now, if I was ready to go out, I might have a list of people I want to take with me. Let's be honest. But actually going out and doing this to people that have done absolutely victims, innocent victims, innocent. What the hell did they do to him? Just crazy. Thank you. God bless you, Maria. Betty, can we pray for Dolly's best friend? Yeah, I was going to get to that as well. I put my condolences up on his chat. Many of you guys know that our friend Dolly, the Turtle King, has been going through a lot of emotional stuff right now. And, you know, I know that a lot of us in the chat go through a lot of stuff, but outside of Connie Branch here recently, I don't know of anybody, and even Dolly's situation is not quite as extreme as hers. I mean, it is very painful. But Connie lost her son and her husband all in 1 year, within 12 months of each other. And, you know, Dolly is dealing with his brother just dying a couple weeks ago. And now one of his best friends that was just over at his house on Saturday passed away. And so it's really, really sad. Our friend is obviously going through a lot of pain right now, probably bringing back a lot of pain from his mother's death, because he's never quite gotten over that. I mean, that happened almost a little over 10 years ago. And so all of this is probably bringing back a lot of those emotions and feelings. And it probably happened with his brother, Mike. But now that one of his very good friends, almost a brother outside of blood to him, has also met his demise, and they don't know for what reason. So if you guys would please be kind, not only throwing prayers for these victims, these 3 that are dead and 5 that are injured, the atrocities going across this country, but I want you guys to please know that one of our own is in a lot of pain right now. So we'd like to say a prayer for Dolly. So if you guys can throw some prayers up into the chat for Dolly, his family, and his friends, that would be greatly appreciated. We want to say a prayer for him, a prayer for his family, a prayer for his friend's family, and just pray that he finds some way to get through all this. I know that only time heals everything, but it just seems like he's just getting hit right, you know, right and left. And it's really starting to, you know, it's hard enough, but, you know, seeing a friend struggle, obviously seeing a friend go through this is very hard to watch. But we just want him to know that we love him. We're here to support him. And he's a great guy. And, you know, this is just life. There's nothing that's going to take life away from life, right? With every person born, there's going to be a death. And that's the reality. And every moment on this earth is a precious gift, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. And it's just very, very sad. But the phone lines, guys, are open. I am curious about this guy. While we, you know, wait for people to call in, excuse me, I'm going to move on to Alec. Alec Murdaugh, going through trial right now, accused of killing his wife and son. A lot of stuff came out last night for me, because I was listening to it last night. I actually went to sleep listening to the Alec Murdaugh trial. You, Betty, and Dolly are very suited. I don't know what that means. We just need to love on him. Yes, we do. We need to love on him. He just needs to know, and anybody that says anything disparaging about him, just ignore. It's not even worth the fight. You know, they're not even worth our attention anymore. I have no respect for a lot of these channels out there that just sit there and use their channel and platform to harass and club people over the head in violation of the law. I have no respect for them, and I will never have any respect for them. Dolly tries to stay out of the drama, and he keeps getting drugged right back into it. And for those people, I hope you're damned to hell. Period. I hope you reap what you sow. And I think they do. I think every day they wake up very miserable in life. I wake up happy. I come out here and enjoy myself with you guys. I do a lot to keep myself busy. I'm very plugged in, and I do a lot more than just true crime. So I know Dolly. He's been trying to branch out. He's been trying to do true crime. He's been trying to do some ghost hunting. He's really been trying to kind of, do things that he enjoys, that he feels that his audience will enjoy. And what's so wrong with that? Seriously, at the end of the day, what has Dolly ever done to anybody? Right? And I just, I don't know. I feel really bad that he's going through everything he's going through. So if we can just uplift him today. And again, you know what? With all the hate going out, don't comment with hate. Comment with love. If something really bothers you about a comment somebody makes, and you just want to go there and rip them up one side and down the other, don't. Meet that with love, because the only thing that's going to trump evil is love and good. So let's just, in honor of Dolly and all of the stuff he's going through, losing a brother, losing a best friend, in his honor, let's show some kindness and love this week. And, that's kind of the mantra, is just show kindness and love. So anyways, I wanted to show you, I'm going to have to pull this back down. If somebody calls, we'll have to pull it back up. But for the time being, we're going to go ahead and stop this. I'm going to pull the other clip that I have in. Where is it? There it is. And we got more. Somebody. Oh. That's the hangar that everybody's talking about. This is where they're going through the garbage out there at Alex Murdaugh's property.
What is it?
Down.
Pull them out one more.
Yeah.
You want
Come on, video.
.12-gauge federal shotgun shells. The same make of shotgun shell.
Nope. Those aren't the same. This is what's in the pump. This is in the pump.
They're saying that's the make of shell that's in Paul right there.
300 in another box.
Sounds like they redacted some conversation they were having. Stuff's been ripped up.
That one circle.
And did you see that oh, sorry, hold on. Did you see that package she put aside? Let me see if I can back it up just a little bit. That package right here, I don't know if you guys can see me right here. They're going to track that. They're going to find out what was in that package. That's the stuff that they do. So you're going to see her move that and put that to the side. And it's because they are going to take and find out what was mailed to them. Where'd that tracking go?
That one circle. It's Gucci.
Gucci.
$1,221. Take it.
Somebody bought themselves some Gucci something or other.
It's on our belt card.
Okay.
That is part of it, I think.
It's dental group. Transactions.
So it looks like a bunch of financial documents have been ripped up and thrown away.
No, I'm good. I don't think I'm looking for ammunition or shell casings mainly.
That's got to be a bad job to have to go through, but that's what they have to do. Go through the garbage. Garbage holds a lot of key information.
Food in that bag.
Down the sale. Be careful.
You see that was a thermal cell?
What?
Don't hang on.
What?
I don't know what that is. Ew.
What is it?
Spaghetti.
Sand that one to me.
No, there's anything on.
What are those books? Just look at it. We're good. Okay.
That looks like it's about it. No, there's more.
Where are we gonna put that?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm interested in seeing this. Is the first time I've seen it. I didn't watch it prior to me playing it for you guys. surprised they're not putting aside any receipts and stuff like that that we have. But you know what isn't present? You know what isn't present in these garbage bags that I just thought of and it just popped into my head? Do you know what it is? Is one, there's no pill bottles, there's no needles, there's nothing indicative of this drug problem that Alex Murdaugh states that he had and has had for 20 some odd years. That's one thing that is popping in my head. I'm like, like glaring in my head. It's like, where's the evidence of this habitual drug use? And so far, they've gone through 2 bags, and you're talking about a man that is spending an awful lot of money, allegedly, on this drug habit he has. But so far, I have not found one. They haven't pulled out one medical pill bottle or any kind of needle or anything of that nature for the type of dependency he states he had. So that's the first thing that's crossing my mind. The other thing is all those financial documents being ripped and thrown away is also concerning. I myself, I shred my financial documents. I've got a shredder here, but they really don't go out. The shredding, because I don't shred that much. The shredding, like literally, it takes me a year before everything is in my garbage, right? So it's a little crazy that he would just rip them up and throw them in the garbage. But again, it's a country town. There's not a whole lot of people going around and picking up trash and stuff other than the trash man, in all fairness. They definitely eat it out a lot. Food Lion. Didn't one of the characters say that they want the Food Lion to get him Capri Sun? Orange Capri Sun. There's a Food Lion bag. Looks like somebody cleaned out the refrigerator.
Yes, they clean the refrigerator out. That's all it is. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Called it.
Did I spit my food here? The cat got me this morning, right in the middle of the engine.
I believe that might have been the one. No, there's still more.
That's all I see. You can't do anything with.
Yeah. Can you put that bag in that white bag?
That's what I'm gonna do.
And this is the very next day. This is at 3 o'clock, going 4 o'clock in the morning. If you can see well, you probably can't because my logo at the top of the screen probably cuts it off. But this says that this is August 8th, and it's military time of 15:59. It's about to go over to 1600, which is 4 p.m. So this is the next day. Again, they brought sled to this house very, very early on. Literally 2 hours from the time that the call came in.
It's hot.
What's that clicking?
Just the old gloves.
Yeah.
We'll go get those boxes. Ammunition boxes.
What are we going to put them in?
I'd say just set them back here right now.
All right.
I'm gonna get them.
Good morning, Betty and everyone.
Surely that wasn't a turkey. Hmm? So surely that wasn't a turkey.
Probably.
They're pretty strong. Yeah, they're pretty strong. Oh, I know, they're super strong, yeah. The Wyden will tell you. Yeah. And the Wyden was, one of the Wydens was collected in the
What did he say was strong? Hold on.
body.
Let's go back. Hold on.
Surely that wasn't a turkey. Hmm? So surely that wasn't a turkey. Could have been. They're pretty strong. Yeah, they're pretty strong. Oh, I know, they're super strong, yeah. The Wyden will tell you. Yeah. And the Wyden was, one of the Wydens was collected in the
That clicking is driving
body.
me nuts. I think it's like his badge or something hitting the video. That sounds something metal.
Katie, I'm gonna set them down here like this.
Okay, we're at the end. So they found, I guess the moral of this story is they found the ammunition that was found next to Paul, and that shotgun, the 12 gauge shotgun shell next to Paul. So I'm trying to watch my time because I need to get out of here in probably about 40 more minutes and head to do my stuff. And I've got another YouTube. What am I looking for here? I'm going to try to set up, if I can. I may have to take my my computer with me so I can set it up. But I wish they would get these trials. The trials set up early, besides like an hour or so before. We will try to run Alex Murdaugh live today, and it's really dependent. I may have to go with law and crime plug, because honestly, Court TV waits until like literally just a few minutes before they go live, before they set up their lives. So it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And Babe King says, I recycle a lot since we are provided a recycling container just as big as the trash can on wheels provided. Yeah, mine too. I got I have two separate garbage cans. I got one that's by the front door, and that is for all of my recycling, my plastics, my papers, all that stuff. And I just take that garbage. I don't even put a bag in it. I just take that garbage, like the cans and stuff like that, and go dump it into my recycling bin. And then I bag my garbage and put it into the other bin. So I recycle quite a bit as well. I do that because I didn't used to always recycle, but I didn't realize that recycling stuff actually produces energy that our county uses to help keep costs down. Who knew? And the products actually produce a pellet that they're able to sell off to the agricultural people, the farms and stuff like that they can use in their farming. So once I realized that, when I dump my recycling in there, it's not being sold. I mean, it's being recycled, but it's being recycled by my county. I didn't know that. And our county is able to utilize that for energy in certain areas of my county. I just went to a meeting. I was none the wiser. And I have been recycling for quite some time. And I kept wondering, is it worth recycling? And it wasn't until that meeting, and I think we talked about it here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. When I came back, I'm like, who knew? Like, they're using the methane gas that comes off of it to power stuff. And I'm like, what? It was very interesting. As you guys can see, I'm not a nerd, but I'm a little nerdy. The older I get, the more nerdy I get. Like, the more I like to see how things function and stuff like that. I don't know how we got into the recycling conversation. Oh, that's right, it's Babe King. But it's kind of, it's kind of funny. But if you guys aren't recycling, consider recycling if your county offers it, because I didn't know. I thought this stuff was shipped off to someplace else. I was none the wiser. But recently I learned from my own county, from a meeting I went to, that they're actually recycling it. They're actually benefiting from it. And if our counties are benefiting from it, guess what that means? That means less stuff for us. Like, we don't have to pay to run this particular piece of equipment or this generator or this whatever. We're not having to pay extra money to power that. Just by us throwing our recycling in the recycling bin, we're able to take that cost away from the county, and that recycling is paying for itself. I didn't know that. That was very interesting. Very interesting. We have to pay a lot extra to have recycling, which I think is awful, or more people would do it. Oh, that is bad. But you know what? That's the kind of stuff, in all fairness, Tracy, that's the kind of stuff that, people in your community probably should be going to your meetings and discussing. I mean, all these counties have been doing recycling without costing us an arm and a leg. Why can't your county do it? You see what I'm saying? And you need to approach it that way. You don't even necessarily need to go to your meetings. You can start writing letters to your county commissioners or your city council and start addressing that. Really, it starts with one small voice, and believe it or not, people start thinking about it. Like, wait a minute, you're right. Why are we paying so much to be a part of the system? All these other counties are able to do it and able to benefit from it. We found, like, for us, our county has taken that recycling and used it to benefit the county. Again, using the methane gas to run equipment and some other, I don't know what they're running. I forgot. It's not like a piece of equipment. It's something like equipment, or, not necessarily something that you ride. The equipment necessarily, I don't know if it's for power, lights, or what, but when they were explaining it, I'll have to go back and I just can't remember off the top of my head, but they did say what they are using that methane gas to use. So it's very interesting, but I can tell you that our county doesn't charge us to recycle. I mean, we may have a small recycling fee. I haven't looked at my bill, but our garbage is added to our water bill. And my water bill is really not that much. So even if I do have to pay a small fee for the benefit of the recycle or the use of the container to recycle, it's a very nominal fee that's not even noticeable by me. But that's sad. Everybody should be recycling, and they should make it easier to recycle. Some people don't have good recycling plans. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's what the reason is. Good morning, Miss Lee. Generator. Yeah, probably. I think you're right. Law Obsessed. I think you're right. But it was just very interesting to me, to be honest with you. It really was. It was very interesting just to hear about it, learn about it, and things of that nature. If you guys notice anything, even like the Alex Murdaugh trial, we don't have a whole lot of people that follow the Alex Murdaugh trial from our channel. I think we get maybe about 200 people in here, all spinning in and out all day long, which is fine. But those 200 people that are coming in here to watch this Alex Murdaugh trial, they're getting a good lesson on what is admissible evidence. They're learning about how cell towers work. They're learning about sections. They're learning about tower numbering. They're learning about why it's in a triangle and how they're able to tell you what sector you're pinging from. So even on the tower, you've got 3 sides because it's a triangle, right? So they can tell what direction of that tower that when you're using your phone, they can tell what direction you're coming from. And then when you have the RTT, they can actually identify the distance from that particular tower. They don't do it every day, but you will see here and there an RTT. And I learned about what RTT is. RTT is for Verizon, which is apparently what they were using, Verizon network. But they were talking about how it's like 2.69 miles away from this particular, section 3 of tower 51971. It was very interesting. And for those people that have the time to watch this Murdaugh trial, so far there has not been one day that we've streamed the Murdaugh trial that we all haven't learned something beneficial that can help us for future cases in identifying what the hearsay rule exception is, what stuff they're able to put into the trial as evidence and why. Not everything that we see, hear, touch, or feel that we feel is relevant to a trial, and it very well may be. But not all of that gets introduced at trial because of, exemptions, because of privilege. There's a lot of privileges out there that if it meets a certain criteria, it can be excluded. If it's prejudicial, even if it helps the prosecution, if it's so prejudicial to the defendant, it can be excluded because how prejudicial it is without providing a whole lot of fact to his innocence or guilt. And we hear that a lot coming up from the defense, them talking about that it doesn't rise to the level because they were talking about the financial aspect of the Alex Murdaugh case, and they didn't want that brought in or introduced because it's prejudicial to their client. However, the financial aspect of this is what the prosecution is saying is the motive in the case. And so if it's the motive in the case, they're able to bring this prejudicial stuff into the case, such as the financial aspect of it. So there's a lot that we're learning from this case. And I hope if you guys are true crime junkies and, it's not all about the case, it's about building the case up to trial. And then not only that, but even if the prosecution thank you, Emma, God bless you. Thank you for the beautiful super sticker. And if you do bring it into some of it may not be admissible. So you may have literally everything in line in trial to go to trial, and something may be excluded for a variety of reasons. And now the prosecution is unable to connect the dots. And that's where the stuff falls into play. And then when they can't connect the dots, guess what? It's a technicality. They had to remove this for a technicality. And now they cannot, now there's a fracture in their chain of events, which makes it more difficult for them to prove their case. So it's very interesting. I don't know. I like the law. I like the courtroom. I like, trial. I like seeing how this, from start to finish, how this works. And so far, I think the prosecution in the Alex Murdaugh trial has, really done a great job at arguing why certain things need to be in the court record for trial as evidence. And so far, they've been very successful in their arguments against the defense. So we've got some very good attorneys on both sides of the table, and they are working well. I know that it seems like Dick Hartpulian is, being a little softer with the judge. But I could see, I think this trial is getting to both the prosecution and the defense, because they are trying. I don't know if you guys watched yesterday. I don't think COVID's going to cause a mistrial. I don't think. I think that 2 people may have tested positive, but there's a lot of people that have already been vaccinated. And yeah, they had to switch out 2 people, but the judge is like, we're not stopping the trial. I'm not going to force people to socially distance. We'll tell them to please put masks on, because that's what all within my authority I can do. So again, he's talking about his authority, right? He's talking about his authority. So he knows the law. This is a judge that I can tell you I highly respect. So far, he has done an amazing job at applying the law properly. And he is, obviously with not forcing something on these people, whether people believe that it should be or not. This is America. We have to remember that. And so he has told people they need to try to mask up, within reason. He, is telling the jurors to mask up. So we'll see if everybody in the court today is masked up, or if somebody has decided that they want to wing it, and take their chances. But this judge is not having it. He says that's exactly why we got 6 additional jurors for this case is for situations like this. And so the defense is like, well, we're already 3, alternates down. So we've only got 3 left and we're 3 weeks into a trial. And, we really need to take a break. The judge wasn't having it. We're moving forward. So are you going to stream the Murdaugh trial date? Miss Lee, I'm going to try. I really am going to try. I'm waiting for, I'm monitoring the live. I'm monitoring the lives to see when they're going to be pulling these things up. So I'm regularly, so far, right now, we have nobody from Law and Crime that has put it up yet, nor do we have anything from Court TV that has put this up, put the live up yet. So let me see if I can go to their pages. Let me see if Court TV might, who knows, it might surprise me. No. So no, Court TV is not up. Let me check Law and Crime. See if they've got theirs up. Yep. So I've never seen that before. Under look at this. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to blow my nose in front of you, but you guys know I've been fighting allergy. Oh, and I started taking allergy medicine, so my allergies are feeling a little better, but I'm still really congested. Yesterday coming back, I could feel the congestion right here and behind my eyes, but this morning I'm feeling much better because I've been taking allergy medicine. But I knew it was allergies because everything was just hitting. Like I just got back from Pennsylvania. I had a horrible allergy attack at MGLs, and my eyes were burning. My eyes actually started swelling a little bit the night before I left, and the whole ride back was awful. I mean, not awful. I mean, just for the way I was feeling, because everything, when you get congested, your head just doesn't feel right. And so I got here, but it seems like ever since I got back from Pennsylvania, I've been having this allergy. And even walking outside, I've just been sneezing. In here, I've just been sneezing, just sneezing. So I knew it was my allergies, but I should have taken allergy medication early on, and I was lazy. I didn't go to the store and buy some. And when I was at the store, I forgot to get allergy medicine, one of those things. So while I was in West Palm Beach, it was starting to flare up again. So I'm like, I need to go get some allergy medicine. So I did. And I've been taking allergy medicine for the last 2 days. And it's cleared out just about everything up. So, but I'm still a little, Wild Angel. Anybody here from Iowa? I don't know. Try warm tea. I've been drinking warm coffee. Should be about the same. I drank warm coffee like every day. Actually, it was funny because it was yesterday when I woke up and I was heading out there, and I'm like, no, right. I actually stopped and got hot tea and downed it, or not hot tea, hot coffee. And I drank it, fair as fast as, not just guzzle it down. I mean, it's hot coffee, but I did drink it, quite quick, just to help with the heat, to help loosen all the rest of the stuff up. But yeah, I've been doing just fine. It's just been I've just been a little nasally. That's all. My allergies have been so bad. I feel for you, Betty. It really sucks. Yeah, this is the worst it's been for me in a few years. To be honest with you, I haven't had an allergy event like this. I mean, you guys see me. I do have allergies here and there, and I'll sneeze here and there, but for the most part, it's not that bad. But even when my mom was on the phone the other day, I had to mute this thing. I sneezed like freaking 15 times in one live. I never do that. So, why? What's going on with you, Dana? Why are you crying? I'm sitting here with blanket and with a heavy robe. My sister suffered with hay fever. Oh, wow. Yeah, Dana, what's going on? I'm sorry, honey. Good morning, Unicorn. Nice to see you. So let's just, Eddie, how was Idaho with elevation difference from Florida? Idaho, it was cold. It was really cold. Um, I don't know what it is in cold weather. I don't know if it's like, it sounds kind of gross, but I don't know what it is with cold weather, but my nose, and I don't know if it's just like precipitation or condensation, because I'm in cold weather and your body's so warm. I'm telling you, I didn't really have a whole lot of allergy attacks in Idaho, but my nose ran like crazy. And I know it's not just me in the cold weather because I'm standing around a bunch of reporters. I'm not a sniffer, you know. I'm a blower. So I'm, you know, rubbing my nose. I don't know. Well, Dana, if you, whatever you're going through, we're going to say a prayer for you. I hope you feel better, and maybe tomorrow you can come on here and we'll be happy and maybe we can talk about it. But we're definitely sending you a lot of love and support, and know you have friends here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. So you just have an amazing day. Happy Valentine's Day. That might be what is upsetting for her. You know, maybe she's got a lost loved one. You know, we don't know what goes on in people's lives. And that's why I say, you know, you got to be kind to people, because you really don't know what's going on in their life, and you really don't know them. You know, you don't know their life. Don't act like you do, right? And there's a lot of people here. It's today's Valentine's Day. We know a lot of people lost friends and family through COVID, and maybe this is the first year they're without them. You know, we never know what's going on. Lori Lowe. I'm sorry. That didn't come out wrong. That's all right. They'll clip it. It'll be on a clip channel soon. Oh, yeah. Always be humble and kind. Absolutely. You want to hear the song I was listening to? I don't know if you guys remember it. I think I've brought it up here, but you know, I haven't heard it in a while because when I'm home and I'm driving around, I listen to my Christian music. I listen to Spirit FM. You know, there's a lot of Joy FM out there, and probably more so Joy FM channels throughout our throughout our state of Florida than there are Spirit FM. But here locally, it's Spirit FM I listen to. But as I was traveling to West Palm Beach, you know, the channels go out. So, you know, when I'm driving, all I do is put it on the scan, you know, go to the next channel. And usually, you know, and to a certain point, they're all Christian channels, right? And then I hit it again because all the Christian channels were out of sync. And I hit one and it went to a country music thing. And the song that came on was, you know, that if you're going through hell, like if you're going through hell, keep on going, don't slow down. If you're scared, don't show the right. So I'm listening to that and I'm like, what in the world's going on? So I bebop to it, right? I know this, I know the lyrics, right? Sang them many times. So I bebop into this song and I'm like, you know, this should be like the national anthem for the Bullhorn Betty channel. I swear. That's what I was thinking the whole time I'm listening to this song. As I'm like, this should be the national anthem for the Bullhorn Betty channel. And I love that song. I do. And I forgot all about it because I don't listen. I listen to give me a religious song, I probably could sing it. Give me a country song anymore, probably not. But when I was out there and I was going through those karaoke bars, I was singing them country songs. Tearing it up. Tearing it up. Let me see what else we got. Well, I know we got some stuff going on in the Idaho 4. Oh, gosh, let me just see if there's any new information. I didn't have a whole lot of time to get this. Surviving roommates thought noise from This is why Ashley Banfield is so horrible with her news reporting. Oh, hold on a second. All right, you're gonna have to give me a second. I wasn't prepared for you. I don't know. This is Betty. All right, listen. You gotta have to give me just a second, Turkey Man, because I forgot to turn the phones off. So give me just a second. I gotta put you on here and try not to dox you. Huh? Why don't you call me back so I don't dox your number? Because I gotta put you up on screen. Call me right back. All right. Bye-bye. I put this up on screen before he calls back. There we go. All right, Turkey Man, you can call back now. Let me turn this off. All right. Turkey Man, you can call me back. You can call me back. Maybe I should call you back. And there he is. Oh, good morning, love.
Good morning. I hope you have a good Valentine's Day, and that the allergies. I understand where you're coming from. Here in East Tennessee, it seems like it gets cloudy, which I get allergy. If it gets sunshiny, I get allergy. Each day as it changes weather, it affects me a different way.
Yep.
So I know what you're going through. It's sad.
Yeah.
And it's.
But I'm glad it's getting better. Allergy medicine is definitely my go-to.
Yeah, I know, but it actually, Benadryl is what helps me, but it knocks you out. It just knocks you out.
I can't do Benadryl. Not unless it's nighttime. I'll take a Benadryl, but not during the day. It makes me loopy.
Yeah. Absolutely. A couple questions there. I've been kind of enjoying when I can watch it all, but the live stream of the court, some things that I hadn't seen. I hadn't really kept up with this Alex Murdaugh case and all, and so I guess looking at it, I don't know. I'm looking at it as trying to look at it the way you're supposed to look at it. You're innocent until proven guilty, so I'm looking at it that way. We all have our thought process of who's innocent, not innocent, and I go back in time of when the OJ trial was up. My mom watched it on TV, and to this day she says OJ's innocent. but that was everybody watched it on TV, but we did not have Facebook. We did not have YouTube. We did not have Twitter. We didn't have all those things of which makes it overdrive as far as of our opinions. And mom be on the phone talking to her friends, and then we go back and forth. Oh, he's innocent. Johnny Cochran this. I mean, all the way through the trial. And I think that's the first time that I can remember DNA was a factor, because they brought the experts in and how boring it was, and it seems even more boring sometimes now than it was then. Because then I understand it. But anyhow, that being said and done, I think both the prosecution and the defense attorneys are both doing a pretty good job.
I think they have been, and I'm glad to see it, because one last thing we have to worry about is ineffectiveness of counsel, which is an appealable standard. And so I think they're, especially his attorneys, they're fighting for him. There's no doubt.
Exactly. And I'm glad to see that the judge is taking control of the situation, because that was one of the things that really affected the OJ trial. I remember that. The judge, it just seemed like he was a joke. And then of course Marsha Clark, I believe is her name.
Yeah.
It just threw at her in that. Who was the guy that was her second chair, I guess you'd say?
I can't remember his name. But I remember they said she couldn't prove this case, her career was over, and her career pretty much was over.
He was the one. Wasn't he the one that had the gloves, brought the glove out for him to try on when she asked him not to? Is that true, Annette?
I can't remember, because you got to remember when OJ was going on. Gosh, I was still a teenager, and I remember the case. But listen to this. You know who I think did it? I do believe that he had a hand in it, but there was a person that came to mind that I think the glove would have fit, and that was the son. That was the son. Now, I do believe he was guilty of that crime, but if he wasn't, the only other person that I thought could have done it was his son.
Well, I never even thought of that. Anyhow, that was interesting in that regards as that. And I hope you do bring it up today, because I had to hunt for it yesterday. I found it on Court TV. But I was going to ask you a question. I know this is probably off the scale a little bit, but what about all these balloons and stuff being shot down over our country? What's your take on those things?
Honestly, it scares the crap out of me. And granted, they're only balloons, but they're spy balloons. And that scares the crap out of me. Like, we are a sovereign nation. We've always, our country's a little different than a lot of other countries. A lot of other countries have war on their own grounds. We have always tried to take the fight wherever the fight was to keep it off our grounds. And this is starting to infiltrate, in my opinion, our security and our safety. And it's getting a little scary. And then not only that, but just a few years ago, we had a Russian submarine right off of our coast. The way our country is going, the way we have so many unhinged people in this country, it's terrifying for me, to be honest with you. And people are like, oh, ha, 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 they used a $500,000 missile to shoot down a balloon. No, they used a $500,000 missile to shoot down a spy. And that's scary. And that should shake every human being, every person in the United States to its core. When we start hearing that what was it? Was it Michigan that said to be prepared for, some kind of military? That is scary to me. Very, very scary. That almost feels like something is looming for our country, for something to happen on our soil. And that terrifies me as an American citizen.
Well, in Michigan, you said Michigan. I believe I've seen this news come up. I stopped really watching news very much, except I pick it up on YouTube. I'll look at the clip if it's. I feel like it's got some legit behind it, reporting. But when there's something there in Michigan, the train they had an explosion. And
the train explosion of the toxic was in Ohio.
Ohio, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But was there reporters that was arrested for trying to report what was going on?
It was a News Nation. It was a News Nation commentator that was in the back of the auditorium doing a live stream, which, if you've been in it, like I've been to a lot of these things, a lot of these press conferences as media, as otherwise, and I'm familiar with the setup. And so that happens all the time when you're in like an auditorium, like even with the memorial for Idaho, like our media stage was, far away from the actual event. But everybody's live streaming, everybody's talking. You put yourself as far back as possible so it doesn't disrupt the crowd. And that's what he was doing. But I think what the problem was is law enforcement was back there, and maybe they wanted to hear the governor and got ticked off with him and told him to hush up. And he's like, I'm live. They made him stop his live. He was live on rush hour with News Nation, and he was talking low as many reporters do. And he was talking to the camera, and these officers came, and one of them put their hands on him. And as I would have told the officer, don't touch me, because it doesn't matter. Just because you're a law enforcement officer doesn't give you the right to put your hands on me for without cause. I'm not being disruptive. I'm not threatening you in any way. You have no business. I don't give a rat's ass if you're wearing a badge or not. Don't put your damn hands on me. And I think what he did was he said, don't touch me, or something to that effect. And that's when they got more aggressive with him. Now, he was being polite to them, and they were being aggressive to him. And I think he may have said some things to them like, maybe you guys need to be worrying about your damn jobs or something like that. And that ticked the officers off. Again, his freedom of speech, he was allowed to say that. He wasn't disparaging or cussing or being irate. And those officers decided to use their power in violation of the law and arrested him. And he is media. What people don't understand, and what I'm about to do is I'm going to be writing a cease and desist to the prosecutor's office for Chatham County, because they're saying a lot of the same thing. First of all, the freedom of speech and freedom of press is paramount to our democracy. Period. It is the very first amendment to the first article of the amendment to the Constitution, the U.S. Constitution. So what they did was violating his rights, and he was getting arrested, and his comments to the public was, it's hard to do your job in America in 2023.
You know, it's a shame that a person can't rationally speak the truth about something without someone taking that and saying, I don't want to hear it, and just blast you for speaking truth without looking at the truth of it.
Well, I hope those officers have to deal with reprimands. I hope they have to deal with, a suspension, because, you can't violate people's rights like that. The problem is, a lot of these people are waging this fight with social media, and social media is going to come back and bite them, because we've already got Packingham versus North Carolina that makes social media a public square. Therefore, social media is where people get news and information. I have a right to tell the news as I see fit. That's the freedom of press.
I've been having a hard time with, I'm a pastor, and we do Facebook Live, and on our messages, and we've been having a hard time keeping it up, because certain things, since they did this new platform or whatever they're doing, we're losing feed on it, which means we're having to go to the backup and have camera and then download it later.
Yeah, well, they're definitely shadow banning, and I can tell you, if it has to do with any social media, they have waged war on religious rights. So, that and quite frankly, religious freedom, in my opinion, because it seems like the more and more churches that are going online or are trying to get more congregation online are being silenced, being shadow banned. There's a lot of things that are going on behind the scenes that you may not even know about.
Right. Well, also, I follow you on Twitter, and that's my way of being able to communicate, is direct message. If you'll keep up with there's several things I was wanting to ask you.
Oh, here, yeah. I said that I don't check on, because I have so much social media, I don't even really check them. I try to check them at least periodically, but usually it's one time a day.
But usually that's how I send you a message or something, because that's how I communicate. Or if you come up live, I will try to call in occasionally.
Awesome.
But that's how I.
Maybe I just want to talk to you personally.
Well, maybe before it's all said and done, you might want to do that. But anyhow, I was just saying that way, if there's something come up, I have some questions as far as I've got some ideas that I'm wanting to do, and I was going to get your input on, but I want to maybe start a YouTube channel and incorporate different things that people might want to visit, especially in Tennessee, that it's free, that people don't know, and be able to bring in that outdoor, the creation and things of history of our country and things, but be able to bring that in, and then add a scripture in it, and maybe a prayer, but just what would you do in this situation? Because one of these days, just like the cell towers, it's it would take nothing for us, communication, being able to do what we're doing now, do not be, because you take a cell tower out or whatever would take place, then we cannot communicate, and we have our phone in our hands. It's what we keep up with, and so there's things that people can do that need to know it's not being a prepper, but it's being a survivor, or just in case. What's she going to do if this happens?
You know what's funny is that a lot of people have given up their landline phones, but guess what? Landline phones work when cell towers are down. And, you know, there may be an event that happens, you know, in our lifetime that's going to make people realize the value of a home phone.
That's true. That's so true. And Miles Bell, we talk about, had all the what is when you have control over everything, the word I'm looking for, but
even our phone books, think about it, Turkey Man. How like I stopped using a phone, you know, a phone book like one that you write your friends' names, numbers, and addresses in. I stopped using it years ago because it's on my phone. What happens if everything is wiped off? What happens if something happens where everything is wiped off? Who would I call? I don't even know my mother's number by heart anymore.
I don't even know my number half the time.
I know.
I mean,
right?
Really? I mean, really, you think about it. You know, what's your number? You know, first thing I want to ask you, what's your number? You think, well, they changed their area code. What is your area? I mean, really?
Right.
I mean, you know, like I said jokingly the other day, what is the number for 911? You know.
Yeah,
but really,
that's going to be a problem. I mean, in all reality, if something did happen to our cell infrastructure, what would all of us do? And you know, what if somebody, you know, with all this techie stuff and people, everything being online, you know we have hackers out there. What if hackers were able to go in there and literally wipe everybody's phone with a click of a mouse? And what would we do then? I mean, I personally don't know. I really don't know.
You just went through it. I seen that you bought a new phone. You dropped your phone. You had to get a new phone. Well, the thing about it is, you've got so many things on your old phone, that they have to download on your new phone.
There's the old phone right now, and Dolly needed a video for something. In one of the cases, and it's on this phone right here, and I can't even download it. I can't even turn this phone on. And so now I'm going to have to spend $400 to fix the screen to get my, because I mean, there's a lot of content on here, thousands of dollars worth of content on this phone that I don't have access to.
Well, there's pictures. I'm sure there's a picture or two on there that maybe personally that you'd like to keep.
Oh, absolutely. Birthdays.
And
you know, everything.
Well, you got your used to, you would have, you know, shoebox full of pictures and go through, but we got it backed up on our phone. But how often
now we have these things called, if you look at your screen, now we have these things called external drives. So instead of having boxes and boxes of photos and stuff, we now have boxes and boxes of hard drives.
Right. And it goes somewhere up in a cloud, and all these things that I don't understand.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, but anyhow, I'll get out, Betty. I appreciate you taking the call, and
take care, Turkey Man, and reach out to me. I'll give you my phone number through Twitter, and as you start rolling out your channel on YouTube, I'm happy to help any way I can.
Well, another thing, right quick. Well, I have got you here.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that you have your music to your Good Morning Coffee Club music. How can I get music that I can use that would fit with the
doesn't give you copyright claims and stuff like that? The easiest way is that song actually came from the YouTube library. They actually have an audio library. They actually have a library for even some sound effects. So that actually was pulled off of the library from YouTube. However, I also have recently signed up for a subscription with Epidemic Sound. And that provides me additional sounds, sound effects, and stuff that I'm able to use with my subscription that I won't get copyright strike on as long as I am maintain my subscription with Epidemic Sound.
What's amazing about this thing, 2016, I didn't have nothing but a flip phone. I didn't know how to turn a computer on.
Mm-hmm.
I turned 73-year-old, and I'm learning something new every day, and that I did not know. But a lot of stuff that I forgot, that the new youth of today, and even your age, that doesn't even remember how to do.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the things that I might have a GPS or to go into somewhere and use that mapping, but if I can't get a signal, I can't use a GPS.
Right.
If I can't use that.
Well, that's why I have
a map and a compass.
Yeah, I actually have a external hotspot. So I actually have because my phone's Verizon. I went to AT&T and got a hotspot because I get a Verizon hotspot. My phone I can turn into a hotspot. So I went to a different carrier and got an external hotspot. So now I have Verizon as a hotspot as well as AT&T as a hotspot. And so far with both of those, I'm able to have coverage just about everywhere.
Yeah, I'm looking at getting a camera to be able to use in this what I'm going to be doing, because I could do on the phone. I can do a GoPro, but I was watching Olivia, and I think she is really a talent.
Yeah, she has a lot of great talents.
And I'm learning stuff, but just watching her and what she does, and how that I would like to be able to do things.
Mm-hmm.
She brings it's a lot. If you take time, I don't care who you are. If we will take time to look at different people, it might be something you don't want to do that,
mm-hmm.
but you can learn something from anybody if you'll take time just to listen.
Yep.
Instead of being so critical about, maybe I can't speak plainly, or maybe I don't have the right voice or whatever. But you can learn something if you just take time. I'm going to get out of here.
Yeah, because I just looked at the time and I got to get out of here myself. So I've got to try to get up. Yeah, well, it was nice to see you, Turkey Man. I think he hung up before I got a chance to finish saying bye to him. So, guys, I've got to power down. I'm trying to find, honestly, guys, I don't see anything up right now for the Alex Murdaugh trial at all. So it doesn't look like we're going to be able to run it live here. I'm going to go to my meeting. I'll try to get back here from my meeting. And when I get back here from my meeting, I'll try to get it up live. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time today at the county meeting. I'll try to get back here at least at a break and then go back up there once we can get this rolled out. But anyways, guys, I'll see you guys here in a few hours. And until then, you guys be safe, be healthy, and make it a great day. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. And until next time, each and every one of you, please be safe. And God bless.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.